Now I think we're gonna shortly load into this game and feeling really excited as we saw a lot of fun aerial play, a lot of like really creative demos as well, ball
Mhm.
control. There's a whole shebang on the back side of the gold and the miners.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a really evenly matched game, and I think going into this too, I mean, the rank disparity is I don't think there is as great of a rank disparity coming into this match here. So I think both teams are going to be pretty evenly matched, and hopefully it doesn't. I mean, like again, I always like to say like the first match is just an opportunity for each team to kind of suss each other out, see what it is, get your nerves under control. Because I mean, like these people know that they're being broadcast right now. As I say that, and we're already getting some highfalutin mechanics from the Comp Miners, or sorry, from the BFH Falcons.
Yeah, exactly. Not Carl. Definitely should be Carl as Hydronium bring up the ball over for the Falcons, go over to the minor side. And as we see, it's a lot of chaos. Everyone's just chasing the ball
Oh,
over as a slight
oh!
header, double header.
The classic,
Miners
not
could
one
not
but
get
two
any
crossbar.
purchase. Exactly. Could we see three as we reset onto the miners side, the ball in the center, and everyone just chasing the ball. Everyone bloodthirsty, hounding over for the ball. Just to get a little touch over to the other side. And this gameplay here, I feel like the game plan is no game plan. You know, everyone's just flying over each other, getting the ball over to at least the center of the goal as not Carl sets up for the team. Nice defense from
Nice patience there. I like
Hydronium.
that communication you saw there. Carl sitting underneath the ball looking for a challenge, but he ends up getting called off by his teammate who gets a really competitive shot on net there. And it's looking really evenly matched here. We're not just, we might have to change the observer cam. I don't know if we have director going on here, but things are looking good so far. And a crossbar in for Cosmic, securing the first goal of the series for the Miners here. It's looking good.
Yeah, definitely. That
Uh,
was a really awkward angle here as it gets to the very top,
oh,
bounces
nice.
off the top bar. Insane angle by Cosmic. Now Miners up 1-0 with 3 minutes 45 seconds left on the clock off the tip off. Now we get to see the teams slowly get into their footing, slowly getting everything back controlled as almost a goal here for the Falcons goal. Put it back on the top here, reset, and you can see the chaos kind of settled down for the moment.
hmm I mean, things are looking good. It was just a great shot coming out of the corner there, and a really good placement. It's tough to defend when it's bar in. So, I mean, it gives Calm Miners some good momentum here, but I don't think, I mean, BFH or Falcons are still well in the game. They've shown some really good potential so far. And I mean, now Hydronium was talking up a big game in chat here too, so let's see if he can live up to it. Because otherwise, oh wow, and a banger there sent on, but it's cleared wide by Cosmic RL. And I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure just someone in chat saying they want to see Miners and the Gold go against each other. I'm pretty sure in former AECs, I could swear that they've played each other before,
oh,
and I know it's great competition. So I mean, it would be great to see again. It's going to be great content regardless of who's playing the games. I can tell you that much.
most definitely. Yeah, over here is the Falcons keeping it onto the minus side. Dexty close to the to the goal here. But good defense from the Miners is not Carl
Here we go,
bringing it
one on
back in
one.
the middle. Hydronium, a little risky defense maneuver here. Sir Penguin following over from
Oops.
behind.
With the
And
double
oh,
tap,
from the
Carl.
top.
Oh,
Okay, Carl, did not know your game. I'm sorry, pal. Let's watch
sheesh.
this replay.
Carl with a nice
One.
touch. A nice handoff there from Penguin out of
Oh,
the
what's
corner.
that?
And he ends up getting the Dunkaroos on the goal line. Double tap. Holy guacamole.
I think I saw 3 there as it also bounced off of the Falcons defender.
hmm
So beautiful stuff there by the Miners. Now up 2-0 in this first game, showing off their prowess on the offense side. As now it's Falcons' turn. Try to get at least one in,
Ooh,
and they do!
quick turnaround there. Quick
Force
turnaround.
through.
With a
Headshot by
vengeance.
Hydronium. Look at this play right here.
Dusty, good
Yeah,
control coming out of the corner there. Ends up just kind of clearing it wide, and nobody on Miners contests the ball there for some reason. I don't know if it was a miscommunication or what, but I mean, great setup there from Dusty, and Hydronium just locks it down, a worm burner across the ground over the goal line. Brings him back into the game here. Here we
beautiful
go, a high
stuff
ball.
from the Falcons. And then I think they're trying to repeat that play as beautiful tap in the middle.
Potentially,
And oh my
wow!
goodness! Off the top board. Impossible. Try to do the impossible as it's cleared up by the Miners. Again, Dusty try to get any touch on the ball. Hydronium again for their
Some
team. So
physicality.
Penguin clears it up. It's
Some
like they're
physicality there
brawling.
from yeah, they are brawling. I mean, we're seeing some demos come out now, and I think it's just because each team I mean, they're trying to buy each other some time, and I think we're only going to see more as the series goes on here. But hang on, that's 2, potentially 3 members up of the Calm Miners going up for that ball there. I think that might have been, I don't know if that was by design or not here, but Hydronium, great control, great patience, drags out 2 defenders, and then the last one on the goal line also ends up overextending. A great flip reset, locking down their second goal, closing the gap and equalizing the game here. Great play from Hydronium.
And now we're basically back to 0-0, minute and 40 seconds on the clock from the tip-off. Now it's over onto the Falcons side, cleared up by Hydronium. He's going to try to do some more aerial plays as a nice redirect close to the goal, but deflected by Sir Penguin. Another demo by Not Carl into the impossible. And he takes the ball by himself. A demo again for Not Carl.
That's a really
and
nice pinch
is
there.
Crazy.
Good read from Calm Miners, keeping that ball out. Hydronium giving himself time here. Tries to go for the pinch, ends up kind of headbutting the sidewall. Instead, Impossible just going up to try and get any piece on the ball, screening any, or closing off any sorts of angles. Dusty ends up getting a big banger across the field, looking to maybe pass it to a teammate, but unfortunately, no connection is found there. A little bit of pressure here from the Falcons. Looks like they're kind of backpedaling now, but no, it's cut off short. Just a tough duel at the midline here, but it's kind of on net. Almost, but it ends up being ends up going wide. BFH Falcons kind of prioritize boost over the ball in that play there, but sometimes you gotta. Impossible. Here we go. Across map air dribble. Going for the flip reset. Ends up kind of going a little bit wide on it. Now it's Carl's turn. Not enough boost there to make a connection. And holy cow, it's a hot shot from Hydronium, but it's stopped short right on the post by Penguin.
Yeah, I'm loving all these intercepts over by Falcons goal. That's how they're getting a lot of their opportunities over in the Comp Miners side as Hydronium again eyeing the ball. It was not in position though for the crossover. Recenters the ball. Can they get it out? Yes, the Miners do, but they impossible just happened from the backside. I thought the Miners managed to clear the ball, but hello and goodbye. As it's 2-3 now for the Falcons goal. Now gaining the lead for this first game. 20 seconds left on the clock.
Impossible's making the possible happen, man. He's making the impossible come true. It was a great ball coming out of the corner there, and I mean the Miners again just going with seeing a little bit of an overextension there on defense where they send one too many players on to try and protect against the ball there. But there's another overextension. Cosmic accepts his fate on the midline there at the Pokeball, and Hydronium just gets an easy walk down the field goal.
Oh my goodness, just adds more salt into the wound for this first game. A little GG shake my hand moment here with 9 seconds on the clock. Calm Miners now looking forward to game 2, potentially.
It's potential here. I mean for Calm Miners to come back, but it's going to be a nice cutoff there from Impossible with his teammate. They're looking to score that last the 0-second goal there. But wow, really nice comeback from Falcons.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. It was definitely tied for the longest time, but the Falcons definitely punished the Comp Miners from those very small margins of error, making sure that it was purely off of intercepts. I believe that those last 2 goals, Impossible getting in and Hydronium as well, going for the long walk over to the Miners side.
Yeah.
You have to think that what the Miners are gonna change for game 2 here.
Yeah, I mean it's good gameplay we've seen from both sides. I mean the Miners have definitely shown some great potential as teammates, like passing plays, also with their control, like their mechanical skills. I think just what's going on is on defense they're kind of losing some composure. Sometimes they're getting a little bit I don't know, carried away, or maybe not, like just I don't know, just kind of losing their composure, losing their footing. They're sending 2 people on the balls when they shouldn't have to, or just maybe it's a communication thing, maybe it's just a nerves thing. So I don't know. They're gonna have to iron this out here coming into game. Was that only game 1?
That was
Holy
only
cow,
game 1.
Oh my gosh, that
Exactly,
felt
yeah.
like 3 games in 1.
Yeah, I know the scores were so close as we're gonna see now again. Now we're 0-0 game 2. So Penguin the 4th. Now getting some action here in game 2. Not Carly intercepting the ball over to the Miner side as the ball is dangerously close to the net. Hydronium getting the rebound here, and Not Carl putting up for his team. Maybe get in the middling here.
Wow. And a high ball across the goal line there for the Falcons. Luckily, no one for the Miners was able to follow up, but hang on a minute. Speaking of overextension on defense, a nice bump there from Penguin on the rear line, but unfortunately, Miners weren't expecting it. And it's better just to, like, I don't know, better to just play it patient, and if you can't capitalize on a shot right away, just hang back and don't end up putting your team in a bad spot if you know that it's not going to end up, like, providing, being fruitful or anything. But hang on, and a shot there potentially. BFH Falcons finally breaking out of there, and nice touch from Carl there, keeping the ball out of the net. It was now or never there. And again, there's
Yeah.
two members on the minors going for the ball there. Ends up working out okay because their third man had some good patience there. Dusty bringing it up the wall. Good boost to work with, but it's a decent 50 that pinches out. Now Hydronium, lots of time to work with here, lots of wiggle room. But it's a good redirect there. And see, again, two minors go up for it. And
Oh!
again, another one, but Carl keeps it wide. Holy cow. It's a scramble on both sides of the field.
Almost an unlucky bouncer into the Miners' goal, but now we're seeing a lot of contesting from these air balls that Hydronium loves to do into the Miners' side. As Cosmic tries to get an angle here, sets it up for his team, but no dice as it almost Hail Mary goal just hits the post onto the Miners' side as Cosmic again looks for a kill shot here. A little too high as Impossible intercepts, gets the ball out of there. Get out of my house.
Carl was completely unfazed by the, on defense there when that banger was coming across the field. Completely unfazed. He knew his lines, knew the goal lines there, was confident that it wasn't going in. Decides to
It's
play
all
patient, saves
calculated.
the 16 boost he had in his tank. Absolutely, but hang on, Dusty with a little bit of a
Whoa!
mislip. It's
Oh, no,
hovering
no,
on the
no!
goal line. Ends up bouncing out. Carl, no, with the poster boy out. And now it's a rat race to get back, but never mind. Cosmic cuts it off short. Pressure is still on for the Falcons.
We have fine line at road in front of the Falcons net as now we're getting counter attack cleared out by Carl though. Dusty brings it back in the corner. Can they do something with the ball coming in the middle? Cosmic clears it out for the team. Safe and sound for the Miners.
Nice handoff there on the goal line. These guys are communicating well. Clearly, each team is tightening up a little bit. They're trying not to overextend. Few demos coming out here and there. We're seeing a lot more even time spent in both teams' territories here. They're keeping things pretty even here. And a nice high ball from Impossible. I'd like to see some more pass plays because I think obviously the mechanical plays, the flip reset, ceiling shots and all that are great, but pass plays are just so difficult to defend against when you get a nice connection going on there. So let's see if we can see something realized from either of the teams.
Most definitely. As long as they can set up through all this chaos, everyone's trying to contest the ball. Just one touch after the other. Not Carl trying to clear it out for his team as the Falcons keep it in the blue side. I got to think here, maybe there's options.
Stacked in the corner, it's kind of a trouble place to be, but 12 boost ends up staying patient, staying on the goal line. I like that, not committing when they don't have to. Ends up getting demoed there, cut off short on the offense. Dusty, a little bit of boost to work with there. Goes for the flip reset fake out, but it gives the Calm Miners an easy break out of their territory here. And there's some physicality coming out again here. Let's see if one of these demos can be well timed. There's a good time to demo, and there's sometimes bad times when you demo and it ends up just overextending, leaving you in a bad position and leaving your defense short. And speaking of short defense, what happened? What happened to the Calm Miners?
I think the Falcons kind of again punished them for extending a little too far forward. I think Carl realized a little too late, trying to get the boost over, but with not enough time, Falcons take the lead 1-0.
We saw two Calm Miners there on the right side, I guess, their right side of the field. And then I think Carl was looking for maybe like a cross-map play at the left mid there, but ended up being a little bit too far out to catch up and stay within the rotation, stay relevant. Ends up giving the Falcons an open net to work with here, and another scoring opportunity there, but it's cut short. Miners now with their own, potentially, a bit of an underdog. Holy cow, we're seeing lots of drive-bys here, no worries. Dusty bringing it into the corner, zero boost in a dream, nice pop out, gets it bump. Two people from the Miners going on it, but they end up getting stuffed on the goal line by Hydronium.
There you go, beautiful pass play by Dusty here. Squeeze it out of the corner just to put it to Hydronium's hands. And just a beautiful angle to finish off the goal. Now 2-0 for the Falcons.
Wow, definitely not what I was expecting in this series. The Calm Miners were looking great at the start of the first game, but ever so slowly and gradually, the momentum's kind of shifted in favor of the Falcons here. They've just kind of picked up more and more momentum, more speed.
Oh my god!
Holy cow, speaking of speed here and momentum, I think the Falcons are giving him no room to breathe here. Impossible, looking for that demo, making everyone else on the back line panic, and we have Falcons just smothering them at net.
Yeah, constant pressure, basically putting the nail in the coffin. Now 3-0 up, 44 seconds on the clock. Cosmic trying to get it over onto the Falcon side, maybe setting up for his team. A really aggressive header of the ball going downwards as Dusty reclaims the ball over to the blue side. Now setting up for his team again, waiting for Hydronium. Is he in sight? No, he's not. And Carl will bring up the ball for the Miners.
Some good ground play there from Dusty, some good ground control. I like seeing that. Aerial play is obviously a great skill to have and focus on, but hang on a minute, are they overextended here again? No, they're not able to get back. But I like to see ground control too, because there's a lot of mind games you can do there on the ground, and it's good to see that kind of play. And with a 3-0 lead here with less than 10 seconds left, man, I'm afraid to say that the end might be in sight here for the second game.
Most definitely, just don't let the ball touch the ground as Sir Penguin try and get one more shot left onto the net. Ball still in the air and it touches the ground. Falcons now 2-0 for that game. A lot of back and forth for the majority of the game, but the Falcons, they took it head on for the last minute of the game. It was
Hmm.
crazy stuff from them. Really drove the nail through the coffin and took the opportunities as they came by them.
Yeah, I mean, despite like the score being 3-0 for the Falcons, it was still like relatively even in terms of like possession, I think. I think the Falcons were just able to close out a little bit more on their goals, obviously on account of, scoring three.
Mm. Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
excuse me. But I think overall, like it wasn't just like the Miners were completely penned into their end the entire time. I think they had some opportunities, and they showed, I mean, that they can, put the ball on net and threaten the Falcons. But unfortunately, sometimes you just can't close it out, can't finish, and that's something they got to overcome in the next game here.
Most definitely, it felt very marginal how, in the way how Falcons did get the beginnings of their goals. The first one was
Hmm.
definitely just a misplay on the minor side. Everyone's overextended in the second
Hmm.
play as well. Carl couldn't get back on defense for that play. You would have to think now the miners might play a bit more defensive, a bit more like making sure their players are in the right position at the right time and not
Hmm.
overextending too much for these plays where most definitely desperately need these goals, but without a solid defense, offense can't even come to fruition.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm going to go the other way. I think the Miners are going to come out of the gates like blazing here. I think they're just going
All
to start
right,
coming out
yeah,
heavy-handed with the demos and just keep the shots hot. But I think the important thing is for them is not lose sight of that. Like in the offense, they need to make sure that they don't overextend, overcommit, and they always have like a solid third man in the rotation, knowing or like they know who's the last man on this challenge here, or like on our offense, who's going to be sweeping any balls that go high and back into their territory. So they got to keep the rotation tight. But I think that's that defensive aspect of having a good offense, or I guess vice versa, maybe. Is keeping that
exactly.
rotation tight.
Yeah, I love that. And for the side of the Falcons, just keep doing what you're doing. You guys they're rotating very
Yeah.
effectively. They're doing stuff very efficiently. You know, punishing the Miners for these minute errors. As long as they can keep going for this punish like game plan, I think it will help them close out the series here as they're up 2-0 now, waiting on the
Hmm.
third game to start. Let's see if we can see any comeback story type situations from the Miners. But
Yeah.
Falcons doing incredible stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, if the Miners are able to tighten that up there, I mean, right now the Falcons have been doing a really good job of capitalizing just on like the minor like unforced errors and the mistakes we've seen, and they've also shown some pretty good plays, like some good aerial prowess, especially we've seen from like Hydronium, some good flip reset plays and some dunks on goal lines. But I think as the Miners starting to tighten things up on defense, we're gonna have to see some change in strategies from both teams. Because then, as the playing field equalizes in terms of playing strategies and whatnot, they might have to start doing other things, more pass plays, more demos. Yeah, I don't know, faster rotations. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Game 3 holds. The potential reverse sweep. I mean, it's a possibility, and I don't think
Is there
the Miners are holding back or anything right now. I just think
most definitely not.
they got to just find their rhythm a little bit better here. I don't
Hmm.
think they're written off whatsoever. I think they're well within reach of taking a game or two here.
Yeah, most definitely. I think they also need to just keep in mind just with all the aerial battles there is, Hydronium is the star player to keep an eye on. Is he's mainly the one carrying the ball in the air for the Falcons. So if as long as the Combiners keep contesting in the air and keeping the ball game kind of grounded and setting up for themselves, like you said, we want to see a bit more pass plays. We're seeing that from the Falcons, but the Miners cannot really get that step going. So maybe if they do come out of the gate swinging, they do set up these pass plays. It can shake up the game a lot for the Falcons as they might be scrambling to just get it back on the board.
Yeah, and I think it's like just being able to tighten up just those minor unforced errors there. I think the Miners they're gonna show a lot of growth in this next series here. So. But before we
Right.
get into it, we're gonna have to go to a quick 2 to 3 minute break here, just ironing out a couple of technical difficulties. So stay tuned. We will be back shorter than later.
We're
And we're in.
back.
We're going.
Are we back? We're
Tires to
back in.
ground.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Holy
No
cow!
cam on the cast is
No
going into
break.
game three right away.
Yep.
Had to
Who
start
wants to
some
see us? They
technical
want to see the game.
difficulties.
Hydronium.
Exactly, and impossible trying to get back in again. Fast start. We're saying the Combines are gonna hit hard. We're seeing the Falcons hit even harder, putting it
No
on the
kidding.
blue side. Keep it there. Hydronium now falls ball. Not Carl. You can say no tail, but not Carl. Almost getting it in for the Miners. As again, we're starting off with more
Uh-oh.
chaos.
Uh-oh.
Dusty!
Carl with a nice cutoff there on the goal line. And see, that was that risky situation that we were talking about. But a pass play. That was a risky situation there. Calm Miners, a little bit of an overextension, but not Carl ends up not saving the ball. But here we go. Now a turnaround there from Falcons and a demo coming out. Some bullying, and now it's a high ball. Carl racing back here. Has a lot of time to catch it. 2 members now of Miners waiting back, I guess, because of Penguin getting demoed there. Carl, maybe can he follow it up? No, he can't. Hydronium ends up keeping it wide. Still some pressure here. Both players playing it patiently. I like to see when players don't just immediately bang the ball away from themselves. They try and do more, not less with it. It's a good skill to develop as you get higher up in the game here. So I think we've seen both players, or sorry, we've seen both teams do that pretty well. And I want to see more of it. You know, it's always good. But a nice dunk there from Cosmic. Kind of sets up a pass, but it ends up being cut short by a Falcons defender. And it's now or never here. I think on the one hand, like the Miners are gonna have to. Wow! And it's crossbar out.
So
and a
close
demo
for the Falcons. Yeah, and I'm already seeing the adaptation by the Miners for a good 30 seconds to a minute there. They kept it over on the Falcons side, middling the ball constantly, trying to find that angle as the impossible barely makes it over, cross over the ball in front of the Miners net, and not Carl receiving the ball here. And again, liking how the Miners are playing. It is very risky, but the risk that they're willing to take to set up the ball for themselves as Hydronium!
Oh my goodness, the solo bolo handsome dishy to himself there off the goal line. Was he off the roof there too? I can't see.
Off
Director
the
camera
air
just
anywhere
stuck.
or
I don't know, a solid
Whoa.
air dribble though. Ends up getting the
Woo.
dunk off the back bar, and I think one of the Calm Miners ended up unintentionally putting that in, and all 3 of them kind of just panic went on that ball. But wow, really nice play to start off the scoring for Falcons Gold. And I was gonna say, AJ, I kind of I failed to account for the fact that the Calm Miners might be coming out hot, but I think, yeah, like you said, the Falcons are coming out even hotter, man. I think with the momentum that they have coming into this game 3 of the series, they're gonna be coming out swinging. And as I say that, Dusty gets a huge dunk, huge scrape off the chrome dome at the midline there. No, never mind. It's just a bang. It's just a bang over all 3 players, and Carl just caught unawares, caught flat, tired.
I know we said earlier this series we're not gonna see too many Hail Marys, but this is probably the one and only Hail Mary we'll ever see from these teams, as it was a beautiful shot by Dusty. And now Calm Miners on the back foot trying to get anything to happen as another almost makes it through. So Penguin the fourth makes it back in the nick of time as Dusty gets control of the ball. Cleared out by the Miners now. Impossible intercepts and forced through by Sir Penguin, not taking any smack from the Falcons Gold here.
Dusty looking to settle the ball to himself there. Impossible ends up jumping into it, which pops the ball off. Is too far away from him to follow up, and it's a huge dunk there from Sir Penguin on the goal line, bottom right of the net. And it opens up the scoring for the Miners. And again, now it's, I mean, they're back into that. Hopefully that gives them their groove a little bit. But I think BFH still have that lead. They can still be comfortable trying new things. And maybe gets another touch there coming from the roof. I like the reader. I like that self-play redirect. Hydronium, more of that aerial play that we know he loves. Here we go, Dusty.
Carl here to intercept that aerial play, because as we saw in the first goal, Hydronium definitely was the king of the air there. Dusty could not get it. And now it's an open net.
Wait a minute.
What's going on? Another Hail Mary goal from Cosmic over here. Look at this shot. Bang.
Dusty, I mean, boostless in Seattle, ends up just having to kind of throw himself at the ball there, but it's hit right around him. And there's a goal we've normally seen on the Miners happen to the Falcons, just to show that they're human too. I mean, these overextensions can happen to anyone. So hopefully that's minimized. But again, there's that lead. That's why we get leads, is so we can throw them. That's what I like to say at the very least. But now it's anybody's game.
Like that. Back to 0-0. 2 minutes on the clock. Hydronium barely gets a little double tap into the net. Impossible tries to regain the control of the ball as he does, centering for the Falcons, and barely over the head of the Miners. Good defense by them as Hydronium again try to get the ball from the air into the Miners net, and a little top header. Hydronium barely touching the ball. My head pointing too high, staying too critical of me.
That was a good attempt there from Hydronium on the goal line there, trying to backflip into it. But Miners have been showing some good composure right now. Some decent shadow defense from Sir Penguin, but it ends up being swatted out wide there. But holy cow, Hydronium keeps it in. Kind of got a 2-car pile up there from blue on blue there. And a demo relieves some pressure. It's Dusty. Frees up a pass, maybe off the backboard. And that's tough to defend against, man. I mean, we're looking at the boost for all members of Comp Miners, and man, those numbers are looking low and dry. And I mean, it's a great boom off the backboard. Carl it's tough to defend against that because they could be coming from anywhere and shooting to anywhere than that. So I mean, tries to get a piece of it, but it ends up just being Hydronium's ball.
Definitely, and a good time demo for the Falcons taking out one Cup Miners members. So down to defender for that play. As Dusty again eyeing the ball, gets a little tap,
Oh
doesn't
my
make it
goodness.
in. Good clear by Cosmic. Bringing the ball back up, impossible intercepts. And Cup Miners with 1 minute remaining, try and get anything in close to the net. As Not Carl bounces back off the back. And a freeway play by the Falcons as the net is empty.
And there's a bump play. I like the escort play from Dusty coming out. He realizes, hey, there are only one or two defenders left. He's got a full tank of boost. He ends up just giving the escort service to get down, like protecting the president Hydronium there, and they able to secure their 4th goal of the game there. It's, I mean, no contest there, no non-compete.
Exactly, and then with only 45 seconds on the clock, Cup Miners need to bring out a miracle. This game point on the line for them as Dusty again middles for the team. As Hydronium again air specialist try to set it for his team. Impossible double tap
Flip reset.
and a third by Dusty. Crazy stuff. I saw all 3 in the picture at the final seconds.
Oh yeah, the
Mom,
photo
get the
finish.
camera. Boom.
That was great attempt there from Impossible, looking for the flip reset double tap off the backboard there. Unfortunately, goes a little bit wide, but Dusty, seeing that ball, is ripe for the pick in there, ripe for the scoring. Ends up locking down the 3rd goal here. And I mean, like, it's a tough last 30 seconds here that the Miners are looking at. It's not impossible, because I never want to say impossible despite the player's name. Um, Only when I'm saying the player's name, I guess. But here we go. Here's a potential turnaround. Nice little flick. But I mean, each second that passes, that opportunity window closes here. And I mean, the BFH Falcons can kind of just do whatever they want. They can just play keep away. They don't even have to challenge the ball if they don't want to. They can just let it land in their end.
Yeah, definitely a victory lap for the Falcons as it's now 5-2, getting the ball to touch the ground, force it down, impossible, and it does. Falcons take the series 3-0 over the Comp Miners. I don't know if you can call that an upset, but I mean the Falcons look really good.
Yeah, the Falcons just look confident. And I mean, like, at the start of the series there, the Miners were looking fantastic. They had some great momentum behind them, and they were scoring lots. And I think we saw that OT game, right? Or was that the last series? That might have been the last series, I think.
It might have been the last series. No OTs
Yeah.
for this one.
No OTs. That's right. That's right. But yeah, we saw the Miners come out hot, but unfortunately, they weren't able to like maintain that momentum. Um, yeah, and the Falcons just found their footing, and they kept going. Falcons found their footing. There's an alliteration for you. But
Yeah,
yeah, credit to both teams.